Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. And today's video I'm going to tell you about, the truth about torpedo bats and what they really are. Okay, I don't know what anybody else is telling you about torpedo bats, but I'm going to tell you some really cool and fascinating information about the truth about torpedo bats and what they really are. Okay, so you ready for this? Okay. See, the truth about them, this is stuff that nobody wants you to know. But anyway, the truth about them is they live in caves in the hills of western Pennsylvania. They average a wingspan of about 4 to 16 feet. And at night they raid the fruit trees. They like to land on fruit trees, and they eat a lot of fruit. And then by daybreak, sunrise, if you will, they get so tired of flying, and they're too heavy to fly because they've eaten so much fruit, right? And so what they do is they land on the rivers to take a rest because their stomachs are so full from eating all this fruit. And when they land on the water, they get a lot of gas from eating all that fruit, right? And this is how, after they take a rest, they take back to flight again, just like an airplane runway. Listen to this. So after they're done resting, sitting on the river, maybe to get a drink a little bit at the same time, the gas from all that fruit they eat, and vegetables if they can get it too, you know what I mean, builds up, and then it makes them fart. And then when they fart, it launches them across the river. So that's why they call them torpedo bats. When they fart, it acts as a propulsion system, if you will, and they scoot across the river like very fast, right? And that speed acts like a concrete airplane runway, and they ride down the river. Maybe it can be maybe anywhere from the half a length of a football field to maybe about a half a mile, depending on how much gas they have. And then it's just, after they're riding on the river through the propulsion of their farts, they take to flight like a rocket. And sometimes once they've gotten airborne, if they still got some fart fuel left, if you will, you might see them flying in through the sky like real fast. And I don't know, you might be like fishing by the river, or wherever you're at, like along the river, and you just might see them zooming by, or you might even like see them taking the flight, and you might see them flying through the air. And in the sky, you actually might see them like wondering what the hell is that. I mean, never seen something fly so fast. I mean, you actually might think it's the Mothman or something, but the truth is that it's probably a torpedo bat. You might see it. You might just be catching it in a car. I mean, maybe a shadow of it might scare the hell out of you, but it's actually, it'll just fly right by the highway, especially if you're by a river. But if you're not by a river, they've been known, like I said, to fly by things very fast. See, a lot of people don't even know this. And people fly in helicopters and airplanes taken off from airports, and even passengers, flying by in airplanes have been known to see these things, but they're just afraid to say anything because people might think they're crazy. And but it's a new phenomenon that people don't like to talk about. I mean, it might be a conspiracy theory. Some people say it's shooting stars. Some people say it's meteorites, especially aliens. Well, that's another thing, like shooting stars or meteorites. If for some reason, depending on how much gas they actually have, their farts are known to actually light up on fire. Like, so when they streak through the sky, so you might think it's a meteorite, or don't always know what it is. But yeah, they get some gas build up, and then they fart. They kind of like get to gliding across the rivers or lakes or water and taking the flight pretty damn fast, you know what I mean? Some people don't believe what I'm telling them here, but it is a fact. This is like the truth about what a torpedo bat really is.